Yeah, so hi guys, how are you?
Hi, Kev.
Baraza,
Niaje? Hi.
fiti fiti bro. Long time.
Long time, man.
Yeah. How is life taking you?
Hey, I'm good.
Wonderful.
The current economy on this stuff, things are expensive. Life
Even
is
in
hard.
Nairobi, things are tough. I thought you people in Nairobi have all the money. It is
We
it
don't
is
have
it
any
is
money.
us it is us the people in the village who should be complaining.
No, no, no. People in Nairobi are suffering. We are barely surviving.
Uh, you people refuse to vote for Wajakoya. Right now, we would have serious money in our pockets. Anyway, good to hear from you. Abio and the other person.
It's Myra.
Myra, hi. Why are you hiding your name
Okay.
today? Today you're undercover?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. So I think I like doing things on time. Teaching people that you wait for them, they'll always be late. So in the meantime, I just want to introduce to you guys our first project. Actually, two projects. Let me call them that. Um, how many of you have worked with CMSs before?
I haven't worked with one.
Uh, what about you, Myra?
No. I haven't worked with one.
Okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me introduce you with some videos. I know you guys like videos. Even me nowadays, I like videos. They're very time saving. How do I share this screen? Wait, did I share audio? Okay, let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see a screen.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
I'm Alex from DevOPS. You might have heard about the word CMS, and in this video, I will explain what a CMS or content management system is and why it is important to you. I am Alex from Essential
Can you
Web
hear?
Apps.
Can you hear the
You
audio
might have
well?
heard about the word CMS, and in this video, I will explain
Yes.
what a CMS or content management
Yes,
system
yes.
and why it is important to you. But before I get into that, we make videos regularly. If you want to see videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notification. So, a content management system or CMS manages the creation and modification of digital content for your business website. It's a software that empowers you to create and manage content on your website, including its design, texts, graphics, and even code you see. It's the architecture of your online presence. Landing pages, pillar pages, product pages, service pages, all the pages are part of your CMS. A couple of CMS examples that you may have heard of are WordPress, HubSpot, Joomla, Squarespace, Drupal, Wix, and the list goes on and on. Now, why it is important for your company? Well, the best CMS helps you build a website without writing all the code from scratch, or even know how to code at all. So, instead of building your own system for creating web pages, storing images, and other functions, a CMS handles all that basic infrastructure stuff for you so that you can focus on more front-end parts of your website, and of course your business. Now, you might be wondering how you can use a CMS for your company. Well, it's like this. First, the basics. Use a CMS to build a website. If you have a one-page site or nothing at all, you really need to get on board here. You can't build a business on social media alone. What will happen when Facebook changes its rules, or shut down for some reason, or your content is gone? That's why you have to have a website. Use a CMS to build that website. Next, use a CMS to make website management easier. create that on a preset template. The templates are great. It gives you a clear visualization of your website in advance. And you can build into it with your content easily. Just like using Microsoft Office. I gave a link in the description for you. So, you can check some cool WordPress templates for your business. But most importantly, find a CMS that fits your needs and style and what you understand easily. Because not all CMS are the same, some of those have a bit of a learning curve but have great power, and some of those are more user-friendly and easy to manage. So, there you go. Now you know what CMS is, and why you need this. In another video, I will discuss why you should choose WordPress as a CMS and what are its pros and cons. So, keep in touch with us for that.
Hi, Humans here, and welcome to this video from Fast.
Today for marketing terms, I'm going to be going over content management systems, which are shortened as CMS. So a content management system is software that allows you to create and manage your content much easier and much more effectively and efficiently. You can collaborate with other users when you're using a CMS, and you don't need to know how to professionally code a website. So with a content management system, it will store all of your published blog posts, any of the products that you've created, any of the images or videos that you've uploaded, any of the pages you created. So a CMS makes your life much easier when you are creating a website. So let's start with an example. And let's say I want to create a brand new blog where I'm publishing my favorite recipes. So I'm taking pictures and videos as I'm cooking, and I want to upload those pictures and videos. And then I want to also write my recipe and make sure I keep it all very organized with my blog. So what I can do is use WordPress, which allows me to customize the front end of my website with a theme. There are thousands of themes to choose from when it comes to WordPress. I can install different plugins, and I can easily publish my recipes as blog posts, and I don't have to worry about any of the management that comes along with it. So if I open up the back end of my WordPress website for beachfrontdecor.com, you can see right here I have all posts. So these are all of my blog posts, and all I need to do is click on the Add New button. It will open up a page that will allow me to write a blog post, which I already have this one written and published here, and I can just click a button to publish it. Now, WordPress does the rest to actually store everything that I write in a database and make sure they're keeping track of all of the files that I upload in the back end of my website hosting. So it might seem a little bit complicated for how a CMS works, but ultimately all you need to know is that it makes your life much easier as you are creating written content, uploading visual content. You can link out to other pages with a click of a button. So you can categorize everything you need to categorize. And then once we publish our blog post, it's going to show up on the front end of our website, and we can customize the way that our website looks by using different WordPress themes and by using plugins. So if we come over here to my themes under appearance and themes, you can see I have two different themes installed. The 2022 comes with WordPress when you install WordPress, and this is the theme that I purchased for my website. I can also use plugins. So there's a bunch of different plugins here. So the benefit of using a CMS or a content management system is that you can write your blog posts, you can categorize them very easily, you can install plugins that allow you to do things, for example, like upload and create products on your website. So this is all done through the WooCommerce plugin. And I can also create pages on my website. I can upload media to my website. It's all stored by my CMS. So if we come back over here and we go over another example real quick, let's say my recipe blog becomes so popular that I decide I want to start selling sauces and spices. So I'm getting a ton of traffic to my website and I'm starting to build a bigger brand. What I can do is I can use that WooCommerce plugin I just went over to create an online store and publish my products with WordPress. Or what I can do is migrate my WordPress blog posts and my entire WordPress website over to Shopify and start selling with Shopify. So I wanted to use this second example because there are other very popular content management systems, even though WordPress is the most common and the most popularly used CMS across the internet. So I've listed some of the more popular content management systems. So you have WordPress, Shopify, HubSpot, BigCommerce, Wix, Drupal, Squarespace, and Joomla. So these are all very popular content management systems that you can use to keep all of your content organized. So I want to finish this video by going over an example of a Shopify website. So this is pipsnacks.com. They sell Pipcorn and a bunch of other very popular snacks. So with this website, it's all on Shopify. So if we just scroll over their menu here, you can see they have a very nice menu that's easily customized. And what you need to know when you are using a CMS is it makes it much easier to do these things where you don't have to create and write custom code. You don't have to hire a developer to actually make your website look like this. You can do it even if you don't have a ton of experience doing this. And then you're able to easily categorize all of your different products after you publish them. So let's say I click on mini popcorn as this category. I come in here, there's 9 products for sale. They have a great way that I can navigate and pick out different flavors, different types of snacks. You can add these products to your cart. And now Pipcorn or Pip Snacks, they don't have to worry about all of the different development that goes into building a website like this. They pay Shopify a monthly fee to run their website, and all they have to do is make sure that the content and the products on their website stays optimized. And you want to make sure you upload really good images, and you want to make sure you write really good product descriptions. So as we scroll down here, you can see there's reviews here. We have different images of the products. They have nutrition facts. So you can do pretty much anything you want with a content management system. So coming back over here, the best way to create a website is using a CMS like WordPress, because you can have multiple users that are working on your website. You can create a completely separate administrative section so that you maintain ownership over your website by using a CMS. So hopefully this all makes sense. A content management system makes your life easier if you are creating and developing websites, because it's software that allows you to keep all of your content organized, and you don't have to worry about saving everything into a database. Make sure you're saving all of your files in the back end of your website hosting server. What a CMS does is it does all of that for you, so you can focus on the content that you're writing, the images that you're creating, all of these different things that help bring people to your website. If you have any questions about a content management system, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.
A content management system, or a CMS, is an application that allows you to create, publish, and modify digital content. With a CMS, you can create a fully working website in minutes and immediately start selling products and services to online customers. To use a CMS, you don't need to know how to code, because the application provides you with tools to manipulate your content visually. If you know how to point and click on icons on a computer screen, you can use a CMS. Anyone can use a CMS. Then we'll be taking a look at some of the examples of the most popular CMSs shortly. But how does a CMS work? To understand how a CMS works, we have to look at it as 2 parts that work together to produce a delightful experience for the user. And these 2 parts include a content management application, or a CMA, which is basically the front end or front-facing graphical user interface that you interact with as you create and edit your website content. This is represented by a dashboard that provides you with several tools and utilities that you can select and do different things on your content. The other part is the content delivery application, or the CDA. This is the backend side of the CMS, which is responsible for the delivery of the content you've created with the CMA to your website visitors. To illustrate how these 2 components relate, let's think of a CMS as a restaurant for a moment. If a CMS is a restaurant, the CMA is like the kitchen. It provides the kitchenware needed to cook the food that customers will be served. That's to say, in a CMS, the CMA is the part that gives you the tools to create and publish the digital content that will be served to visitors, such as blog posts, articles, products displayed on your website. When you're creating them, it's the CMA that gives you the tools to create those parts. On the other hand, while still on the restaurant example, the CDA is like the waiter in a restaurant who receives meal orders, goes to the kitchen to get the food, and serves it to the customers. So going back to our website, that's to say that the CDA is the part of the CMS that serves the pages that have been requested by your website visitor. So when they request for the home page, they click on a button and they're supposed to be redirected to another part of the website. It's the CDA that is responsible for delivering that page they've requested for. There are two ways in which you can use a CMS, and this is determined by how the CMS is installed. You can either use a CMS as an on-premises CMS or a cloud-based CMS. Download and install the CMS on a server that has been provided by a web host or on a server that you've created locally in your machine. The CMS is said to be an on-premises installation. Because it's installed on a server that you have control of, you can make direct changes to the core of the application to meet your specific website project needs. For example, you can access and edit the source code of WordPress to customize how you build your website. As for cloud-based CMSs, a seller of the CMS service provides you with a cloud-hosted environment on which you can create and manage your website. For example, think of Wix. They provide you with an environment on which you can build a website, but they manage the main Wix platform that is powering your website. With this type of installation, you don't have the freedom to edit the CMS itself, the core. For example, you can create a website on Wix, but you cannot edit the core of the Wix platform itself because only the in-house Wix developer team has access to the source code. You and other users can use the tools provided on the Wix platform to create websites, but the Wix team takes care of the backside and the backside functionalities for you. So popular examples of on-premises CMSs include Drupal, Joomla, and the WordPress from WordPress.org. A few common examples of cloud-based CMS installations include Wix, Shopify, and the WordPress.com platform. While every CMS is unique to a certain degree, almost all CMSs share certain crucial features. Let's look at some of them. Number one, a CMS gives you the tools to publish different types of digital content. A lot of people opt to use a CMS because it allows them to assemble pieces of content with a few clicks and publish them as blog posts or products in real time without the need to code. Number two, a CMS provides you with ways to revise your published content. As a website owner, you will always want to edit or update some content that you've already published. A reliable CMS should allow you to make changes as you please and also keep track of those changes so that you can revert to earlier versions of your work in case you make mistakes as you're editing. A CMS provides an easy way to index, search for, and retrieve content. This simply means that a CMS should allow you or your users to access content on your website easily through search by providing a way to group content by predefined categories or groupings. For example, flyer templates, magazine templates. When a user types magazine templates, they should be able to get a list or a gallery of magazine related results right there on the screen. That's what we mean by indexing, searching for, and retrieving content. So now that you understand what a content management system is, Let's take a look at the world's most famous and popular content management system, WordPress. Let's do that in the next lesson. Hi guys, thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you're enjoying what
Okay, so has that given you a good idea of what a CMS is?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Myra. So tell us, Myra, what is a CMS to you based on what we have studied so far?
According to what I've understood, it's like a platform, like Wix.com or Spotify that can help you like be able to manage your content even if you don't have coding skills, like to develop a website for your content. That's what I've understood so far.
Very good. I can see we are moving together. Baraza, you are there from the beginning. What about you?
It's much similar to what Mira just said. I think it's a platform that allows you, not really a platform because you can install it in your server, that allows you actually to maybe deploy a website and share your content without having to really code everything from scratch. So you just, for WordPress, you just install some plugins maybe and then deploy. Then it also allows you to easily change. Like we saw how that guy easily created a post and just shared it online. So it allows you to actually easily share content also.
Brilliant, brilliant. Can we call it a framework instead of a platform?
Yes, yes, you can call it a framework.
All of them in general, okay? So a CMS, we can call them frameworks that enable us to quickly create websites. That is the most basic level of a CMS, okay? You create a website, and we're not talking about just an ordinary 1, 2, 3, or 10-page website. No, this is a fully dynamic website. What do I mean by dynamic website? Who can help me there? I can see we have Choco, Nadilu. Guys, this is an open mic session. This is not peer learning. Feel free to unmute and speak. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you said the fully dynamic website. Hello.
Yes, Mayra,
Hello.
continue.
Oh, you are asking what a fully dynamic website is.
Mm-hmm.
I can say it's like a website that will generate pages in real time. Like, let's say, for example, depending on the screen or the device type.
Based on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, even static websites can adjust based on the screen, yeah? What makes a dynamic website unique from a static website?
I think it's a database.
Thank you. Continue, Choco.
Okay, a dynamic, when you say a fully dynamic website, I think it refers to a website that has a database that runs it.
right?
Fundamentally, that is it. That is, if you are to describe it in very short words, you say a website with a database. Yeah. And so
Okay,
why
so
is the content dynamic? Why do we say the content is dynamic?
okay, I think because the content changes with respect to some factors, right? Hello.
Continue.
Yeah, the content changes with respect to some factors like let's say the time zone of the user, or the location. Of course, it's related to the time zone anyway, and maybe I think some cache details also affects that.
Okay, very good. Now I want you to tell me specifically why is this database coming in?
So that we can easily perform the crude functionalities, the create, delete, update, those functionalities, so that we don't have to change the whole website. We just change the content only.
Brilliant. That is a very good way of looking at it. So basically, it depends with what the user requests. Okay. When I come here to YouTube, or for example, to YouTube, it is not hard to imagine that they have a database, correct?
Correct.
So when I come here, like right now, there's at least 1 million people globally using YouTube, and they're all being served by this same youtube.com. But we are all seeing very different things. So all this is stored in their database. Okay. All this is stored in their database. Even when I am uploading a video, it will go to a database. So I'm updating, inserting.
What's up, guys? So if you're watching this video, it's probably
their database. If I select here the quality, you can see there are different qualities. It will now request the database for the file that has the 720p and so on and so forth. If I search here, I am searching their database. Yeah. So is it clear what a dynamic website is?
Yes. I think I understand much more now better. Like it's a website that fully depends on a database for its operation. So anything, any request made is actually primarily stored in the database, and then retrieves also results from those databases.
Precisely. Yeah. What I am seeing here when I enter Amazon.com, what I am seeing here might be different from what somebody in the US is seeing, correct? Or Europe or elsewhere. So all this makes this website dynamic. Okay. Whereas as a static website, what is a good example of a static website? Wow. I can't even remember any static website. Oh, I know one.
I think roadmaps.sh is more like a static website, because no matter from where you're visiting, I think you see the same content.
Yes. Like, for example, the website of this company, like most corporate websites you will encounter are static websites. Okay. So this is like the website of one of the local Kenyan companies. I hope you can still see my screen.
Yes.
So when I click this About Us page, I will get the same content that anybody else that is visiting this website will get. Okay. There is no way I will modify what the server is serving. So based on this, who can tell me now what are the challenges of upgrading? For example, if I wanted to upgrade this customer from having this static website to a dynamic website where they can, for example, have a blog where they update their customers on how they're improving their network, their infrastructure, their systems, corporate news, events, promotions. Yeah. So what are the challenges that I would encounter in migrating from this static website to a dynamic website? I am now teaching you how you can start making money immediately. There is so much opportunity there for web development. Yeah. We usually call web development the low-hanging fruit of the coding industry. Before you get your job at that big company, you can be hustling, building e-commerce websites and such like things, and not even just for others, for yourself as well. You have servers right now that are lying mostly idle. You can use these servers to start something and see how it goes. So what are the challenges that you'd encounter when moving this website from static to dynamic? Think about the things you have been doing at ALX with your project.
I think one of the challenges, you'll have to redo the front end because now the content that is being served is static. You need to have components to serve dynamic content.
Yes, continue.
Another challenge, you'll have to redesign the architecture of the website so that you include a database of your choice and other tools that you need.
Correct, all correct. Continue.
Those are some of the challenges I can think of as of now.
Good. Anybody else?
I think you will have to reconsider the routing. So if people are visiting from different locations, they will get to see different contents.
Okay, geolocation. Now you're getting into the specifics. That is geolocation. If you have an e-commerce website and people are from this city or from this state in the same country, you want them to be given different products based on where they are. Or if it is a maps application website, the content that is served to them is the map that is nearer to them. Yes. I want you guys to give me the number one challenge today. Let me give you a hint. What is the biggest challenge for developers today?
Is it caching?
No, not really caching. Caching has become so easy. You just need to go to somebody like a CDN. We'll talk about CDNs later. I don't want to confuse you guys, but caching, not really. The number one thing that gives developers sleepless nights. Let me give you another hint. Yeah. So you've come up with a big idea, the new Amazon. Okay. What is the biggest challenge that you will have when people are purchasing products from your platform? I know you guys have done online shopping.
I think one of the challenges is how to protect users' data and users' money.
Thank you.
Security.
Security. Security, guys. Okay. Speaking honestly, being honest with yourself. How long or how many years would it take for you to be the DevOps guy running Amazon.com, as an example? Be honest with yourself. Yeah. You are the one giving yourself the job. You have to analyze yourself. All those credit cards, emails, private information, can you entrust yourself with that database, with that platform? And you know, there are people whose job day and night is to try and hack your system. In fact, Amazon has a program whereby if you are able to hack their website, they pay you some money, so long as you communicate the details privately to them. This is what I was able to do. This is how I compromised your system. This is how. You don't even have to tell them how to fix it, but you can. They pay you a lot of money. But some people are not that good. So those are the ethical hackers. But we have the bad hackers who want to steal those credit cards. So before Amazon, Jeff Bezos can say, Myra is now the main person in charge of my platforms. What would it take? How many years of experience would it take? Okay, that is the question.
You need like some years of experience. Not
Saying
one, not two.
some is an understatement. Yeah. These
A
guys
lot.
have to have known you for so many years. Because imagine, for example, you are in charge of the M-Pesa database. M-Pesa database, forget about losing 1 day's data. Imagine losing 5 minutes data. All the transactions that happened in the last 5 minutes, you have pressed a command and they are gone forever. So nobody knows who sent who money, what balance is correct, or it's a bank. All the transactions for the last 5 minutes have disappeared. Maybe somebody transferred $1 million or 1 shilling. It doesn't matter. Do you understand the stakes that are there? So this is where CMSs come in. Yeah. A CMS is a way to help you overcome most of the challenges that are there today. Now, having said that, are CMSs entirely secure?
No.
Why?
I think because they are actually prone to attacks. Because okay, they are the bigger shoes, right? They help you overcome all these attacks and help you create content and publish them. So if people can actually hack a CMS, then they are hacking like a big fish, and then they can get so many other platforms at their fingertips.
Generally, yes. Now, a CMS, for example, WordPress is open source. What that means is that you have all the code available. This is, for example, the code. This is the basic code. This is the starting page of WordPress. Okay. So this is the index page. Let's look at, for example, another basic page. As you can see, it is written in PHP, which according to me is the best language for web development. Yeah. But all this code is available to everybody in the world. So that is an advantage and a disadvantage. Yeah. Advantage because there are so many people who are reviewing the code. Okay. Disadvantage being they can be able to easily find out the weaknesses, the weak points of the CMS. This is the advanced guys. Yeah. There are guys who can read this code like the way you read, I don't know, a text message. They understand this code just by looking at it, scrolling like this. They understand this code. There are guys who are that good. So such people, they will always find a way to hack any of these CMSs. So what do you need to do to protect yourself? So you take this CMS as your foundation, then you modify it and you fine tune it and you protect that code. You don't release that code into the public. That code will only be yours. You only deploy it when you need to deploy it for your customers. I just wanted to mention that because I didn't want to tell you CMSs, oh, they are 100% secure, and you don't know that small part about the security. Anybody can get this code, and it is easy for them to, okay, I won't say it is easy, but for some it is easy to find out the vulnerabilities. Now, that should not worry you so much because the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. The development that has been done, for example, on WordPress, okay, we are talking of years and years and years and years and years and thousands of people contributing to this basic WordPress, okay? So you can be guaranteed that it is going to be much more secure than any application that you can come up with. Is that part clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you understand about the security. Generally, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So, I'm talking a lot about WordPress. So, what is this WordPress? Yeah,
What's up, guys? So if you're watching this video, it's probably
is my favorite CMS. I've used WordPress and Joomla mostly for some few customer projects, and they have delivered very well. So I will let the pros who know how to explain
what is WordPress?
this thing in more detail.
Anyway, back in the day, if you wanted to create a website, you needed to hire a programmer or a web developer to do it for you. This could cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. WordPress changed all that. Anyone can install this free software in order to build and publish their own website. You don't need to know how to code, and you can launch your site fairly quickly. There are a few reasons people prefer WordPress to other tools out there. You can easily customize the look and layout of your web page, and it offers an almost endless amount of customization features. In fact, there are so many features that some people find it a little overwhelming. Luckily, there are plenty of websites and tutorials designed to help you learn all about WordPress. That's because over 40% of websites have been built using it. Some are for bigger corporations or shopping sites, and some are just small blogs. So whether you're working on something personal or professional, WordPress is a powerful tool you can use to achieve your goals.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a...
What's up, guys? So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you've heard of the name WordPress because you're looking to start your first website. If that's the case, then I highly recommend sticking around to the end of the video. But first, let's answer the question of what is WordPress? Simply put, WordPress is just a software that you use to build your very own website or blog and publish it on the internet. It is also called a content management system, or CMS, for you tech whizzes out there that like the lingo. It was created back in 2003, and since then, it has become one of the most popular website publishing programs in the world. In fact, WordPress powers 30% of the internet. That's a lot of freaking websites. And guess what the best part is? It's free. Why? Because WordPress is an open source software, meaning that there's thousands of software engineers out there that are working on it every day to make it better and better. So shout out to those silent guardians, watchful protectors, this is a Batman quote. The beauty of WordPress is that you're able to choose from 11,000 different themes, which are just template layouts that determine the look and style of your website. You're able to tweak all of the text, including fonts and font sizes. You can create buttons, you can upload your images and videos, and much more. You can also choose from over 55,000 plugins and widgets to help optimize the functionality of your website. So this is for people that want to maybe start a store or open up a gallery or whatever it is on their website. There's endless opportunity. Oh, and building your website with WordPress is all online. So you can build your website from anywhere that you are as long as you have an internet connection. So how does WordPress work? Well, back when the internet was still somewhat of a new thing, the only way to make a website was to use code in HTML or PHP format. And your web browser would just interpret this code into colors and text and spaces that would form your website. Well, WordPress works exactly like this, except no coding. Basically, it takes any change that you make on your website and updates the code for you and then updates your website. So never touching coding. Thank God, because that stuff is like Japanese to me. I'm American. Now, if you're looking to make your first website, you may or may not have noticed that there's a WordPress.com and a WordPress.org. So you might be wondering, well, which one should I choose? Well, WordPress.com is where you can go to make a free website with their web hosting. But there's a catch. Actually, there's several catches. First, your website could be deleted at any time if WordPress feels that you have violated their terms of service for any reason. This is because, number 2, you can't use ads to make money with your website. Number 3, you can't upload any plugins which help you optimize the functionality of your website. Number 4, you can't upload a customizable theme. You only have their limited options. Number 5, you do not own your domain name. So it will say something like yourdomainname.wordpress.com. And you're likely here because you want to make your first website with your very own unique domain name and no limitations. If that's the case, you're going to want to be self-hosted and use WordPress.org, which is just where you can download their free software. Let me explain. By being self-hosted, you have access to thousands of plugins. You have a unique domain name that you own yourself. You have the ability to monetize your website with ads if you're trying to make those dollar bills. You have the option to create an online store, and you have complete customization over your website. So how do you create a self-hosted website with WordPress? If you go over to createaprowebsite.com, I created a completely free step-by-step guide that walks you through the whole process of creating your first website with WordPress. And you can do it in under 30 minutes. I walk you through getting your hosting, selecting your domain name, and customizing your website. So check it out. I'll stick a link in the description for you. And before you go, every new subscriber and like that I get on this video helps my...
Hey there, welcome to Hostinger Academy. My name is Victoria, and today we will talk about what is WordPress and what it has to offer. So let's go. WordPress is a highly flexible website platform that allows users to build all kinds of sites. If you want to start a blog, attract new clients with online portfolio, post video tutorials, or create a business website, you can use WordPress to do so. It is one of the most popular content management systems and the most straightforward tool for creating a website for people with zero website development knowledge. WordPress supports all hosting platforms with PHP and MySQL. On top of that, this content management system is constantly updated with new versions that improve security, overall performance, and features. And what is awesome, there is a huge WordPress community with forums and discussions that has a lot of information and tutorials on any topic you might need, which makes WordPress one of the easiest to use CMS out there. There are two sites representing WordPress, WordPress.com and WordPress.org. Let's take a look what's the difference between these two websites. So, WordPress.com and .org are two ways of hosting a WordPress website. What differs between them is the host. By using WordPress.org, the core software, many of the themes and plugins are free. You only need to pay for a domain and web hosting. With a content editor or text editor, you can write, edit, and publish posts. Almost everyone knows how to use Microsoft Word, so learning to use WordPress content editor will be a breeze. Using a theme editor or customizer will allow you to customize the theme or design template for your liking. You will be able to make various changes such as uploading a logo, customizing navigation menu, and setting a custom homepage. You can also choose from thousands of ready-to-use themes, no matter what your niche is. WordPress has it all. It could be restaurants, portfolios, food blogs, podcast websites, and so on. Another awesome thing, you can install plugins that will extend your website's functionality. This will add features that aren't present in the core WordPress software, such as strengthening website security, speeding up a website, increasing search engine optimization, adding forms, and others. So, using a self-hosted version from WordPress.org provides more flexibility and control over your website. WordPress.com, it's a free platform for building a blog and website with WordPress. You don't have to manage a web server because it is done for you by the creators behind WordPress, making it one of the easiest blogging platforms. Free accounts come with the free hosting, a free subdomain, pre-installed SSL, free themes, and simple website customizer options. But this free version has its own limitations, such as you will not own your domain and it will include WordPress.com in the URL. Also, you are limited to upload custom themes or plugins unless you upgrade to a different plan. Without upgrading, your website will have WordPress default ads and you can't monetize your blog your own way. But if you're looking for a free version or you just want to try yourself out, this option will be great for you. And we're done! Hopefully you found this video useful and you got a clearer vision of what WordPress is. But if you have any questions about WordPress or anything else, don't hesitate to leave your
All right. I hope you guys are now getting a good idea of what WordPress is. Yeah. Somebody who has not spoken. Alan, Ed, Lloyd, Sam. What so far are you seeing about WordPress? What is WordPress?
Okay, so from my understanding, WordPress is a content management system, CMS.
Yes.
So where you have like preset templates or something that you don't really have to code that much. But the video explained the drawbacks, such as the fact that you can't own your own domain unless you upgrade, or not really own, maybe say customize. It has the WordPress.com at the end. And also you cannot customize it so much with plugins. So I think that's my understanding.
Good. That is a very important point you're bringing up. Remember, there's two WordPress. There's the commercial version that is supported by WordPress. Okay. And then we have the open source, WordPress.org. Okay. So with the WordPress.org is where you go for self-hosting. Okay. If you are doing self-hosting, you have full control. If you are going for WordPress.com, you have to pay. Okay? You have to pay. For example, the plan starts with like $4 per month. Okay? But for you guys, which option is best for you right now as an ALX student? Yeah, which is the best for you guys and why? WordPress.org, WordPress.com. Yeah. Maybe I can play for you the video again.
What's up, guys? So if you're watching this video, it's or open up a gallery or whatever it is on their website. There's endless opportunity. Oh, and building your website with WordPress is all online. I'm American. Now, if you're looking to make your first website, you may or may not have noticed that there's a WordPress.com and a WordPress.org. So you might be wondering, well, which one should I choose? Well, WordPress.com is where you can go to make a free website with their web hosting. But there's a catch. Actually, there's several catches. First, your website could be deleted at any time if WordPress feels that you have violated their terms of service for any reason. This is because, number two, you can't use ads to make money with your website. Number three, you can't upload any plugins which help you optimize the functionality of your website. Number four, you can't upload a customizable theme. You only have their limited options. Number five, you do not own your domain name. So it will say something like yourdomainname.wordpress.com. And you're likely here because you want to make your first website with your very own unique domain name and no limitations. If that's the case, you're going to want to be self-hosted and use WordPress.org, which is just where you can download their free software. Let me explain. By being self-hosted, you have access to thousands of plugins. You have a unique domain name that you own yourself. You have the ability to monetize your website with ads if you're trying to make those dollar bills. You have the option to create an online store, and you have complete customization over your website. So how do you create a self-hosted website with WordPress? If you go over to createaprowebsite.com, I created a completely
So you download the software.
Very good. And why would you choose WordPress? That's my question. What is good for you, WordPress.com or WordPress.org, and why?
WordPress.org.
Somebody? I like it when you guys think. DevOps requires a lot of critical thinking. You have to be able to connect the dots.
.org.
Okay.
Why?
One of the reasons why you would want to choose the paid version over the free version is because you would want to do a little much more configurations, and you would want to choose your domain name, but you would need to practice some things. And then the free version does not allow you to practice most of those things. Like they said, you won't be able to add plugins and all that. So using the paid version, you will have a bunch of things to do with the WordPress. than using the free version.
Okay, I'm happy you said this. That is actually incorrect, but I can understand your confusion because this is your first time. WordPress is free. WordPress is free. The WordPress CMS itself, the framework, it is free. It is developed by open source engineers. Even you, if you want, you can start contributing to WordPress. The only difference is in the hosting. WordPress.com is a commercial unit of WordPress whereby you are able to host with them. WordPress.org, you'd self-host.
1200 hours.
What does it mean, self-host?
I think it means you'll install the framework in your server and you host the website. You'll be responsible for hosting the website.
Precisely.
As opposed to the .com where you edit a website that ends with the WordPress.com, which, and the guy said the website can be deleted.
Exactly. But that is for the free version. If you upgrade, you get more things. If you upgrade, for example, to the paid version, you get a domain name. You can now have your company name without WordPress.com. For the free one is where now it will be baraza.wordpress.com. Okay? And you don't need to handle any server. You don't need to install WordPress or worry about any code, but there are limitations. Okay? Now, if you want the full WordPress, you go for self-hosting. So for self-hosting, what do you require? What do you require to self-host your own WordPress website?
I personally think that you need your own server.
Very good. Server is number one. Number two?
I think
SSL certificate is useful. It is not a requirement, but it is useful.
I think you need internet connection that's available 24/7.
Very good. And on top of the internet, what else do you need for that internet? What needs to be configured on the server?
We need a domain name.
Very good. We need a domain name. You have skipped ahead, but it's very good. That is correct. With the server and the internet, what do you need specifically?
IP address.
Which type of IP address?
IPv4.
Yes. Okay, even IPv6 is okay. But which type of IP?
I don't understand.
Public IP.
Public IP. Brilliant.
Okay.
So
okay.
to summarize, you need a server with internet and a public IP, and you need a domain name. Okay. Why do you need a domain name and a public IP?
So people can access your server and request for the pages that is being stored.
Brilliant. Now, right now, for most of you, I believe you should be in around cohort 9 there, yeah? Do you have all those things available?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you see where we are going now?
Yes.
So this is our first project. I want you to research, go out there, do everything you need to do. You deliver on what is on this page. Who will read for us?
Okay, let me read.
And try.
Okay. Okay, project deliverables. A fully working WordPress website. A. Unique customizations of the theme and layout. Express your creativity. B. About me. Page that acts as your full online professional summary. C. Working SSL. Working SSL certificate. D. Google SEO, Google Analytics, Google Webmaster. E. Net data cloud monitoring of the servers used. F. Advanced one, MySQL database replication to the backup server. Then number 2, we need email system for your .tech domain using the ALX servers.
Thank you very much. What can you understand from this so far? What do I expect you guys to achieve? You can ignore F, advanced 1, and number 2 for now. Those are advanced. Focus from A to E. Number 1, A to E.
Yeah, I would say maybe like a landing page.
Very good.
Like a portfolio landing page.
Very good.
Okay, a portfolio landing page that is secure, and
yes,
you need to monitor the data also.
The data. That monitoring tool.
Maybe using Datadog or one of those.
Okay, specifically, I want to use you to use these tools, okay?
Okay.
Yes. You are brilliant people. I don't want to waste so much more of your time. Thank you for turning up. I will drop the link to this thing on the group, Telegram group. Then you guys can start. We shall review during the course of the week. I might be traveling, but I'll always be available online to see what you guys, your questions that you have. I have tried to record this session. I'm actually streaming live to YouTube. I don't know if it has been streaming, and if it has been recording, I will confirm so that you can review the discussion. Okay, so the first part is I want you guys research about CMSs, WordPress, everything. Yeah, WordPress is huge. And when I tell you huge, you will go through the code. Just going through the code, okay? All this code that is available free for you. And it is well commented, and WordPress is well supported. And this is without the themes and the plugins. This is just the basic WordPress. Okay? So you will become pros at this. What is the advantage you have over a developer who has not gone through ALX? Who can tell me?
Free tools to practice
And
with,
develop an
some of
application
these
from
low-level
scratch.
exposures.
And
Sorry, I think, okay, we say ladies first. Or,
Yes,
or,
ladies
we are
first.
or are we in the 21st century? Nowadays, they say we don't, they're equal. So, Myra.
We have to give respect to the ladies. Ladies first, please.
sorry, I was saying we have the advantage of like developing an application from scratch. We have like what can I say? like you leverage on your teammates whenever you're stuck. So you have like support.
We also have servers. You can deploy. You can deploy our
Yes.
application.
Precisely, Aisha. Yes. My brother who was speaking, was it Choco?
Yes, Aisha actually said what I wanted to say. You know, the servers, you have servers to work with for free, and then
Yes.
you have the advantage of visiting some of these concepts that most of developers aren't really aware about.
Exactly. ALX has really broadened our minds in software engineering. Yeah, it is just it, but it is just the beginning. Now we are going into the real world. This is the real world. In the real world, let me tell you one thing about me. I'll be very honest with you. I am one of the laziest people you will ever meet in the world. If I can avoid typing on my keyboard, I promise you I will not type, unless maybe you put a gun to my head. If I know the code exists, I will not write that code again. Yeah. And to build any website that you will ever need to build, all the code exists between WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, and all those other frameworks. And CMSs, they're getting even more complex. You have headless CMSs that are coming up. Headless CMS, very advanced and very customizable. But I will teach you that maybe next year. That is very advanced. For now, WordPress is what you can suffice for the next 10 years of your web development. You take this as your foundation, then you use the plugins, then you customize the code to secure it based on your customers' requirements. Yeah. So yeah, so many advantages. The servers, you have the public IPs, you have the domain. Do something. I want to see what you guys can do. Okay. Then I will show you a few other things that we can do with WordPress at a later stage. Okay. So any question?
So, if I got you right, for the task you've given to us, we're supposed to create, according to the specifications given. Is that okay? According to this specification, let me screenshot it. Actually, please, can you zoom in, like present it? So
I
just
will
made a
drop. I
screenshot.
will send this. I will send this on the chat, on the group.
Okay. Okay. So you want us to at least create a fully working WordPress website
Yes.
with this specification, right?
Yes.
Aside from F and number 2.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So you can choose any subdomain name you want. I know right now, because of the ALX projects you are working on, www.yourdomain.tech is reserved for ALX. So for now, don't touch that www. And I'll give you a hint, don't bother with the load balancer for now. You have you have 2 web servers. Start with web server 1 or web server 2. Okay?
Okay.
That web server 1, that IP point this subdomain. You can call it DevOps. Like for example, Choco, what is your domain?
Crude.
Okay, so that .tech, so it will be a DevOps.that.tech. Okay, so you create this website under that in your Nginx under Web Server 01.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
I have a question.
Yes, who is that?
Samuel, Kayongo Samuel.
Yes.
Okay, from the demonstration that we've seen for WordPress, most of it seems like it's focused on front end, like mainly just the appearance. So will I at any point have control over the backend?
Absolutely. I've shown you the code.
Oh, okay,
right
okay.
now, I just want you to know WordPress. Do a bit of front end. You can customize the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript if you know. I just want to see what you can produce from the basic WordPress. But eventually, we are going to have our own, us as team ALX DevOps. Okay, we are going to build our own special WordPress. That will be one of our major projects. This special WordPress, we will be adding our own flavor to all areas, backend, front end, whatever you're good at, that is what you'll contribute in to this project. Okay? That is the future of this. That's where it is going. It is extremely customizable. You have the full code. You see this? You will download the WordPress and you will have the full code, the full PHP code. How long do you think it will take you to understand it before you can start customizing it? Be honest. This is just one page.
1 week, 3 days.
Okay. Who is that? Aisha.
Yeah.
That's everybody with their own ability. Your dreams are valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it takes time. It takes time. Because imagine this is the work of thousands of developers since 2003.
Wow.
2003, what were you guys doing? Personally, I was already coding and installing Linux.
You were babies.
In 2003. I was in Form 3. In 2003, I was in Form 3.
Was in class
I was
3.
doing Java. That should be 20 years. 20 years ago. 20 years of development. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah, that is it. Any other question?
I have a question, but it's not related to whatever we've done today.
Okay.
I have a problem with my server.
Okay, that one we can have a session after this. I want to stop the recording because when we get into ALX tasks, we are not supposed to record and post to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. That is
One
the
last
challenge.
question.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm hosting something in my Nginx and I'm serving it at Potato, and I want to deploy also the current project that we are doing. I want to deploy it on server web01. So does it mean I'll have to use another portal?
That is part of the challenge for you. That's a very insightful question. And that is a challenge that I want you guys to overcome. I have spoken about this many times, the solution to this. Yeah. It is something very simple. So this is DevOps. DevOps takes a lot of research. Personally, I've spent many sleepless nights to learn some of these skills. I don't want to rob you of the opportunity of learning. Yeah. That is how you start connecting the dots. And when you go to an interview, the person who is interviewing you, because they're experienced, they will see that you understand these things. You cannot, with DevOps, you cannot lie in an interview. You cannot cheat. I guarantee you that 1,000,000%. And it will be a very tough interview. Okay? Any other question related to this? I want to stop the recording. Then I can release you guys, and those who have other questions, like Aisha, you can remain. Okay, fantastic. So let me see. I hope this thing has been recording. God damn. Anyway, we shall see.